Hi, Demián. How are
Hello,
you?
Leora. How are you? Nice to see you.
It was lovely to hear some of your singing, I have to say.
Yeah, that's the only reason I got Sanchez. That's the only reason George cast me on that because I'm a great singer.
I'm sure that's part of it.
It helps.
So I thought you gave such a heartfelt performance in this film. You give such a great speech towards the end. Not going to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it. Of course, your singing and then your comedic moments with Kyle Chandler were just, I mean, such great levity that the audience needed in those moments. So tell me about some of your favorite memories from making this film.
That's lovely to hear. And I thank you for that. And if more people think the same way, then we have achieved what we wanted. We would have achieved what we wanted to do if they capture it the way you did. I think it's one of these jewels that comes once in a while. It's a full package of many different things, many beautiful things. First of all, our commander in chief, right? Our captain. Uh, George Clooney is one of those multi-talented artists that I admire so much, and being invited by him to jump into this wonderful spaceship, it's just a blessing. It's one of the most beautiful things that I've ever experienced as an actor. And then all the names that kept adding into this wonderful production, that all that made the whole thing very enjoyable. And it's always about the human experience to me.
Mhm.
And and when you admire so much a group of artists, and then you get to see them directly and physically present, and then confirm that that the greatest artists are the nicest human beings, and the more kind, the kinder, or the most generous human beings. That's it is good news. It is good news, especially nowadays, where we need this solidarity. When you find that in your craft, in your own world, in your own work, that alone is just a blessing. With Kyle before, but we didn't really get to know each other as much as now, and we became great friends, and he's a dear friend, and I have worked with David before also, but now we were more like a family. Maybe because it was a small crew, maybe because it's only a very small family up in the universe. So we better be stick together. But that can only happen if you have a good captain, a good conductor, putting all the instruments together and in the right tune and the right tempo.
As you said, you had a great captain. You've worked with some amazing directors over the years: Ridley Scott, Soderbergh, Tarantino. What was it like collaborating with George Clooney?
You have mentioned those heavyweights, and I again I'm lucky and blessed and very grateful. And I think all this mess was started by Chris Weitz. He was the first one who said, after I did after I played Fidel Castro with Steven Soderbergh, Chris Weitz saw me playing Fidel Castro, and he thought I would be great playing an entirely different type of human being on a better life. And God bless his heart, because that's what you want from casting directors and producers. You want them to imagine you doing a different character than whatever you have done before. So that alone says a lot, from George Clooney, because he invites me to be part of this uh, beautiful film without really knowing me much, and only knowing my work. And then he thinks that I could be, and this is something he said, when we were first talking, and I really appreciate that because he said you bring to your characters some warmth, and kindness, and I think that's a beautiful thing for any director to see in any actor, and to actually think that you can put that into his film. I think that's something really beautiful, and you don't find many astrodynamicists that are Mexican up in the space, right, in Hollywood. So that's atypical, totally. So I'm always, also we actors try to run away from stereotypes, run away from cliches, and so you can only imagine when a package such as this comes together. Uh, this is just, very I'm very, very lucky, and he does that. He does what all the heavyweights you mentioned do. um, they provide whatever tools you need in order for you to play your best. That's what a true big heavyweight is. That's what they all have in common. They love their actors very much. They respect our work, not only because he's also an actor, but because he's a great human being too.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your art. Thank you for your work. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you. You too
Thank
and
you
your
for your
family.
time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.